Here. Welcome back to some Magic Maiden. We're gonna do something super fun today. We're gonna do something that everybody loves doing, and we're going to do it in such a way that everybody's going to love watching it, and it's going to be all pretty. You know what it is? I'll give you 3 guesses. If your first guess is this thing behind me, then you guessed wrong, but good try. If your second guess is tacos, well, we need tacos. Not quite the same, but also a good try. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's organizing the base! Yay! You all hate me now, don't you? I am up on top of the dojo, because I thought I'd give a good vantage point. There's a bunch of things around here. It's kind of like a small island with a stretch of land right here and a bunch of ice over that way. The ice is kind of in a spot where we can't really build on it, unless we're going to make something that can float in the air or is buried in the ice. We have a few things around here. We have some crops, animals. There's a bridge going out that way that leads to a big hole. There's the random things over there. I built a little bridge that we're going to put some storage things in today. And we've got a mountain here. This place is kind of hard to build in because this spot right here is flat. Everything around here is a good platform to build large structures on, like this. And I do like the scale of this particular build. I want to make more buildings like this to just make things large, like life-size. Maybe not necessarily little, well, they don't all have to be this big. Some of them are probably going to be bigger, and you guys are loud. Cows, you're too loud. Shush! They're not listening. Let's go over here. The cows keep getting out of the pen, actually. And so do the pigs and the sheep and the chickens. I think we're going to go reorganize. Yeah, let's reorganize the cows so that we've got 2 on one side, 3 on the other, and we've got 6 in the middle. And every time one of them tries to go out to the other way, we kill them. Eat them for dinner. And flesh. Need more flesh. I've got berry flesh today. So what we need to do is we need to take pretty much all of the storage things that are over there, and we need to carve out a spot at the mountain over here so we can put them there. One of the things I have noticed is that I've built up a lot of items as the game's gone on. I have a whole big storage thing over there that's just full of items, and I'm not using them. I think what I'd like to do is try clearing out my storage area. And we're going to need to build one over here. What I mean by clearing it out is I want to take all the blocks that are in there and I want to start building out of them. Before I go and get a whole bunch more resources, I want to just use up the ones I have. Although I'm getting stone right now. I have a lot of stone. I have so much stone that I don't know what to do with it. In fact, it's about time for another building project. I'm probably going to stay in the base for a while, at this rate. It seems like I'm settling down into the mountain. I'm actually settling down here and making a base. This is kind of odd for me. It used to be that I just wander around and would go from place to place, and I actually like it here. Oh, and my inventory's full already. Using the magic of capsules, you can instantly transfer all of the items that are on you from this point to anywhere else in the world. Whoa. Aha. Whatever happened, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Yeah, I'm not supposed to get these extra items because of the carpenter blocks. Anywho, let's put this over here. And we're gonna take everything that I have and... Okay. These capsules are being weird today. we're gonna take it all and we're gonna put it in this cave. This one's just fine. Oh, no, that one didn't have anything in it. It just had the chests. Yeah. So let's take everything and we're gonna take them one chest at a time, and I guess we're gonna put them in here so that they end up relatively sorted. And then we're gonna take the extra items, the blocks, and we're gonna take those and we're gonna build something out of them. So, you, in there. And done. This took me hours. I had to run all over my world, I had to move things, I had to reorganize them, I had to put them all on these chests, and, well, I ended up with a lot of things. This is sort of the log, the legacy, the result of my travels. I ended up with a whole lot of empty chests. Okay, the one empty chest in the entire room, and I happened to open it up. That one's mostly empty, glass. A lot of these are half empty, but a lot of them are dirt and gravel and quicksand, and this one's full of cobble. In fact, this thing's full of cobble too, and so are these. The one thing I got out of this is I have a lot of cobble and a lot of wood. In fact, I have so much wood it started leaking into some of the other chests. And, well, I look at this, and I think that it's kind of useless if it's just sitting here. I mean, there's a barrel full of cobble. I've got a bunch of cobble over here. Yeah? Yeah? That's useless on its own. Why don't I do something with this? In fact, I'd like to do something with everything in here. Be it beds, or furnaces, or redstone. Probably need more redstone. The thing that's bothering me the most right now is that I have tons of cobble and tons of wood. I also have a ton of metal up here. I have 18 blocks and a whole bunch of ingots of iron, aluminum, brass. Oh, I even have a bunch of iron shards that I should convert into iron. But anyhow, I want to do something with all of this. I don't just want it to sit in the box and go to waste. The items are going to be hard, because they don't really have an in-world equivalent. I can't just build out of them. I suppose I could... Ooh, here's an idea. Instead of having blocks and blocks of iron, which we should totally craft into blocks, let's have this in the world. Yeah, where can I put you? Not in here. Well, I could put you in here. I'm storing up my iron on the wall. We could do something like this. Whenever I need iron... it's no good right here. Whenever I need iron, or I need something like it, I could take it out of a pile. Or I could go have a... I gotta go prepare a special place for this now. It's going to be interesting to try and build places for all of these things. Or out of these things. It'd be an interesting challenge, sort of like what's going on over there. So let's put this away first. The big one that I'm looking at is the cobble. Since I have so much of it, I need to figure out something to do, like make a large structure, the likes of which is going to make this look small. I think I have close to 250 stacks of cobble, and I could convert that into stone, or into bricks, or into whatever else it can turn into. Like I can make an entire wall of furnaces out of it. I think we need to go find somewhere to put up a large structure. Bah! I'll need to sort you later. First, let's find a spot for this. There are ways to change biomes if I need to. Witchery has a right of shifting seasons. So I can just find an area, and if I don't like the biome, I can turn it into something else. Like we can turn everywhere into this magic biome, or we can experiment with hot next to cold, next to dry, next to wet. There's a bunch of water over here, and I think it would be a shame to just get rid of it. So we'll keep that. But if we come over here, there's just a bunch of dried dirt. It's all dry and craggy and bleh. This wouldn't be a bad place to just completely cover with cobblestone. Let's come in here and put up a road. Put up a road that goes this way. Just kind of put cobble over everything. Although just laying cobble out everywhere doesn't really look very good, does it? I'd have to rip up the ground like this, and then I'd have to fill it up with cobble. We could rip it up at random. Cobble makes a good road, especially if I want to turn it into different colors, or put it in some carpenter blocks and then paint it, or turn it into different shapes. You could sort of have a meandering road here. Yeah. We'll just have this go that away and this away. But a road on its own isn't going to take up tons of cobble. In fact, a road on its own is probably going to eat up. Well, that really depends on how far it goes. If I want to go build a road back to my first base, that's about 1,000 blocks. And I have close to 30,000 cobble. So I could use up 1/10 of it at the most. Maybe more if I start meandering. And that's 1,000 blocks away. Now this is going to take some thought. One thing we could do is we could put up a castle. It seems that a lot of people talk about making castles, and they even start. But what they do is they make a little fort thing and call it a castle. Like, my castle is this big. I have made a castle. I rule the world. Behold, I am Lord of the Outback. Daytime. Honestly, the tail doesn't work too well when I've got the wings. The smaller body does, kind of. It looks like I'm a skinny person in a big old suit and it's all flopping around. But anyhow, so I've got this cobble. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to set up an area. I'm going to start laying out plans, patterns. I'm going to set up something, I think, large. I'm going to put up a barrier. And, well, I'm going to play with it a bit, and we'll see how it turns out. Given the scale of this, it's not going to be feasible to do it on camera, because I'm just going to be like, yeah, nope. Bad skeleton. That's for you. Okay, I'll pick a spot, and I'll start putting this up. And look at this thing. This is kind of cute. It's, like a sphinx dog. Oh. Except I think it's a dungeon. There is a whole path under here, and there's probably places to go, and monsters to beat. I will conquer you later. For now, I started building around it. I thought I'd pull up a wall, just sketch out an area with a bunch of cobble. I learned a couple things from this. The first one is you want to pre-select the amount of materials that you're going to spend on this. If you're going to put down, say, a wall that goes diagonally for 32 blocks, then you should pick 32 blocks and keep it separate from the rest of your items in here. So you have a 32. And then you have 64, and you go this way, and you go that way. The second thing I learned is that this thing is absolutely massive. In fact, the very edge of my render distance is over there, and I can't even see it. I'm playing on normal, because my computer can't handle any better, and something this size is just completely... The scale is something I've never done before. It's so much bigger than the dojo, and I consider the dojo a fairly large structure. This, yeah. Even just the sketch is a whole bunch of cobblestone that I'm probably going to have to pick up again. And, the logistics of the scale here are so much different than what I'm used to that I'm going to probably have to learn a bit on how this works. Another thing that I'm noticing is that I put down a whole stack of blocks over here, and then there's a half a stack here, and it turned out to be an even number. Minecraft building tends to work better when you have odd numbers, unless you're doing small structures, in which case it doesn't matter too much. But if you're doing large ones, then it's really hard to get them symmetrical. You always have to have 2 blocks in the center, or you have to use stairs or do some other trickery. If you're doing single blocks, you can do something like this, and that is perfectly fine. Versus 2 blocks is like this. Oop. And this is okay if you want to go for the entire thing like this. It's going to change the design decisions if I'm going to do something like this. And I don't think I want to make a castle. I think I want to make a large building. It's like the capital building of my town, of my world. This is the central hold. I don't think I'm going to make it out of cobble either. I think I'm going to make it out of bricks, and I'm going to color them, get some painted stone going on. Another thing I did notice here is that the terrain, we just walk right over it. We put down the blocks of wherever they are, and we just build up and build down, and we don't flatten anything, except maybe on the inside. In fact, what I might do is I might pick a spot right about here, and I might start either flattening out everything above here, or building this up, or maybe both. I might even dig down a bit and start a second floor. A structure this large is definitely going to be larger than the 3, 4, 5 blocks I'm used to. Let's try and get a sense of scale on this. This is 10 blocks. Let's put this up. This is 20 blocks, and I'm going to run out of cobble. Hilarious. Nope, I've got some right here. And this is 30. If we have a structure this big, if I come down here and back off a bit, how's this look? It almost looks like different stories. It looks like it could viably be that large for how wide the structure is. Oh, that's crazy. Let me get up here. I've got an idea. We're gonna get up on top of here, and I actually need more cobble. Let me go get some cobble. Who needs ladders when you can just spider up the wall? I did get more cobble. So let's do something like this. I don't know exactly how far I'm going to come up. Whoa! Jump! Jump! Saved by the wings! Let's see. I'm up 30 blocks. So maybe I will come up... Whoop. Too many jumps. This far? Whoop. Ah, dang it. Let me grab that. And let's see. I grabbed the builder's wand. I think this is going to be quite helpful for this. Let's get... Okay. We go up over here, and we'll bring this out just a bit. I'm not actually going to build this out of cobble. I'm just curious what this looks like right now. But this is kind of hard to build with, to be honest. Let's see. More cobble, more cobble, more cobble. Then we have this. If we come down here... You can't even see that from below. Ah! Nero! No! Dang it, Nero! Oh. I don't have anywhere to put you. I don't have any wood or no chest in my... Why'd you have to do that? Why was I stupid enough to let you come with me when I was doing flying, falling things? I don't know. I do know I need to get all your things in a chest, and we need to put you away somewhere. Where's my wood? Wood? Dang it, wood. I know I left you out here somewhere. There you are. Okay, we'll get a chest, and we'll put you in there. Put everything that you had anyway. Have this. In there. all your sugar, your seeds, your dolly. I think that was my dolly, actually. Oh, There is nothing but stumpy trees around here, and cobble. So much cobble. So I think I'm just going to leave you a little marker right here. There we go. I'm going to give you a bit of soil so that you don't go too far away. Maybe you will come back later. In memory of Neru. Fell to her death. Goodbye, Nero. You will be missed. This looks okay from below, and you can't really see it well unless you go out quite a ways, though. We come out, say, 20, 30 blocks? Yeah, we can start to see this top of the structure, and by then it looks like we need to go up quite a ways. So I was thinking we should do something like what happened over with the other area, maybe? We have a wall that goes up here, and then we have a spot that goes right here. Another thing we could do is we could put this up here, and we could have an overhang. We could have trellises and embellishments in the structure, and then we could come up. Between the two of these, I think this one's too dramatic. Unless we do something like a stair-step pattern. And then it's going to look like wall, stair, wall, stair. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to like that. Let's try it anyway. I think the trellis is the way to go. Even as I'm doing this. Yeah, I've already made up my mind. You can't convince me otherwise. Although that doesn't look too bad. I do like this one, though. And one of the things that we should consider is ceiling height and floor height. So if we go on the inside, let's say this is the outside and this is the door. So we come up and this is the level. What we have is a ceiling up here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks here. This looks good. This looks okay. This is a 6 high ceiling. This is pretty darn high. I don't think I can reach this properly either. No. Can't build on this. So this is probably what we're going to do. Because this is just within building distance, and this one's too high. Although, really, we can just get up here, and we should do this. Now, here we have a sort of crawl space between stories. A one thick crawl space would allow for a ceiling, and then a floor, and then whatever spaces you need. But a too thick crawl space would allow for secret passageways and trapdoors that go between areas. So you might come out under this room. You have a trapdoor that's right here. You come down, you come over here, you come this way, and then we pop up in a different room. Ooh. Daytime. Would you please come to me? Zombie! No! Leave me alone! Ah! Oh, daytime. Oh, last second. Aerobic save, son. Thank you. Oh, from over here, that one looks kind of dinky, and this one looks like just a regular old mountain. If we compare the zombie. Compare the zombie. We go over here and we compare this to, say, the thing up in the sky. Still looks kind of small. But if we compare it to this, actually it looks about the same size. So world loads in. Yeah. This just looks like a natural sized building out in the middle of nowhere. That happens to be the size of the sun. Okay, this is gonna take a bit of doing. I don't think I like this shape either. It's a good start, but I really want something either more circular or more square. With the walls like this, it looks... how do I put it? I'm thinking that if I want it flat, I would have to use carpenter slopes, and I don't really like the way that slopes look in this game. You can make them look good, but for large walls like this, I don't think it's going to work too well. So we could bring this in and then take it over. But somehow I get the feeling that even this line over here, this is too small for such a structure. I mean, it's not a bad start. Uh, thinking big. One of the things that I wanted to do before I started really getting into modding was I wanted to make a large castle. I wanted to make a castle town with a wall around the outside and ramparts and have a defendable structure with lots of redstone opening drawbridges and gates and, well, it didn't turn out all that well. The problem was I was sitting there with a regular old diamond pickaxe, and I was carving out a mountain next to me so I could gather material for the structure. But it was taking way too long. I'd sit there and dig for an hour, and I'd go through a diamond pick or two, and I'd end up with 7, 8 stacks, and then I'd start building the wall. And the wall was like this thick, and I'd have to build it one by one. I didn't have anything like the builder's one, so it'd come up here, and it was about this tall. It was about that thick, and it was solid, which made it really hard to get through. And I really did want it to be a huge thing. I think it was about twice this big. Yeah, it probably went from there over to there, and then it started chasing the edge of the continent. I lived on a big island, and was living next to the coast. I was trying to defend the coast. I had built up a section in the ocean so I could put a turret on there. After about a week of that, I realized that what I wanted to do would take far, far too long. I wouldn't be able to share it properly with other people unless I put up a world download and then a map, and it would have to be for that version of Minecraft. Then I started looking for mods that might help me build. What I found did not help me build all that well. What I found was more interesting. It had more content. I had a game to play with instead of the sandbox. And then ended up going in an entirely different direction. But now we're back to this. Except now I have the ability to jump and climb up walls, and I have a builder's wand, and I can gather materials very quickly, and I can place them even better. So we're gonna end up making something spectacular. At the very least, it's going to be large in scale, because I have that much cobble. I'm probably going to turn a lot of it into bricks, though. Yeah, so I'm going to probably look up some real-life structures. I don't know enough about building styles of large buildings. I've only been looking at huts and like self-sustainable housing, things that really work well for one person or two or a small group, but something like this is going to be entirely different. Yeah, this is going to take a while. I am going to say that. I'm going to learn quite a few things in the process about building mechanics, and we're going to learn what works, what doesn't, and this is already pretty big, and I need to pick something that actually makes sense in the world. I may end up demolishing large parts of the landscape, reforming them, change biomes. And that was the other thing. The very large structure that I wanted to make ended up passing through plains and snow and desert and forest all in one. And this place is okay. It's got just the outback. Wow. Zoom out. Okay, we can't zoom out. This takes up a good chunk of the outback, and I think what I was making before would go out like this, and over here, and over that way. And even this is starting to head out into extreme hills and whatever this is, out back. I think that's, autumn forest. And then maybe end up over here in this oasis, and yeah. Yeah, nope. It was just really too large for a single person to do without something like MC Edit or some way to build it creatively. Because even now, we've got diamond pickaxes that can be enchanted, and we can instant mine cobblestone if you've got a haste 2 beacon. Before? This was your mining speed before. And it was about this fast, actually. That's pretty accurate. I'm gonna have to rip all this down now. If you have any suggestions for uses for the massive amount of cobblestone I have, or the wood, or some of the other materials I have, please leave them below in the comments. I'm also interested in building techniques, building suggestions, anything at all that I could do with all of the things that I have. Also, feel free to say hi, talk about random people, eat lots of nachos, anything goes. Just leave something in the comments so I can maybe get some ideas, have a direction to go, have something to work on. Well, that should do for now. The moon is rising. Moonrise. I want to thank you all for watching, and I think we're going to run into the moon. Moon, come to me. Moon.